Okay, so on the internal mammary artery, the blood on that second row, it's either going to come from the right or the left internal mammary artery. Okay. Does that make sense? But here's what else can happen, because nothing is easy in coding, right? This is the first time they've had it in the book, too. Apparently, sometimes they want to use the internal mammary artery, where they just loosen it and the blood's coming from the internal mammary, but it's not long enough to reach around and go to the where they need to hook it in. So they'll put an extension graft on there. That takes you back up to row 1 because now they're using a device. Does that make sense? They loosened it, but they have to put a synthetic graft on there or a portion of some other artery or something, which means now there's a device involved.
So those are the IMA. The segmented IMA is over here. Is with
this
the
is
W.
the IMA with the extension.
Okay, so then the one over here is just the regular IMA.
This is the regular IMA. Okay. So, and then, of course, you would code whatever device was hooked onto it. Was it synthetic graft? Whatever was being used to make it longer so that they could hook it in where they wanted it to go. So whether it's artery, vein, or synthetic. But now your qualifier, the blood's still coming from the internal mammary. Okay? So that's why I'm saying when you're coding these, to me the first question to ask yourself is where's the blood coming from? Okay, if it's coming from the aorta, then it's an aortocoronary bypass. Okay, and you're going to have the number of sites that were bypassed, and then the device. I mean, what device did they use? It could be vein, it could be artery. It doesn't have to be the internal mammary artery. It could be, I think, gastroepiphytic or whatever that one's called, or it could be some other artery that they use. It doesn't have to be the internal mammary. But remember, when it is this one, it's a segment of it. It's a free graft. They cut a portion out, and they hooked part of it to the aorta, and then bypassed it and went down to the artery. Okay, and so then where's the blood coming from? Your qualifier is going to be the aorta. Does that make sense?
You started off in the aorta and then you ended up in the
This is just telling you, this, you don't have to have that there if you don't want. This is your 7th character that shows the aorta. Okay, so you're on row 1.
Right.
You're doing a heart bypass.
Right.
You're counting the number of sites you bypassed. Okay, it's being done open. Device, was it vein, artery, synthetic, whatever. Okay, and then for this kind, where the blood's coming from the aorta, your qualifier is W. So this will be W down here. You with me?
Yeah.
Okay. Okay, on this side, this one, the blood's coming from the internal mammary artery. Okay? All they do on this side is loosen one end. So in that case, there's no device because it wasn't a free graft. And your qualifier is going to be, this is your qualifier, is going to be the internal mammary artery. Either right or left. And if they do both, then you're going to have 2 codes. One to show the right and one to show the left. Okay, then the third scenario we talked about was where they want to use the internal mammary artery, but it's not long enough, so they hook a graft to it. Now you're back in row 1, okay? Because now you got to show the device. What did they hook to the end of it? Hello?
Hey Sandy, where's Ruby at tonight?
She's gone. She's done teaching.
It's kind of strange. I had a call twice.
She was up there earlier. She would have been in 302.
Okay.
You might check with Jennifer's in there now.
Yeah.